Hello, my friend. How are you? I'm just out for a little walk and there's a ton of fog and kind of light rain, but I was like, I just got to get out and move. And so I felt like sharing a few things with you. So last week, I got this crazy intuitive hit. I was like, oh, we need to stock up and prep. And so it was so strong that I just trusted it and I listened to it. And, I started getting on all these prepping websites and ordering, cooking supplies, camp stoves and stuff, and long burning candles and cooking fuel and solar powered flashlights and chargers. And I said to Mark, we need to stock up on a lot of fairly long lasting food and water and all the things. So this came through just so strongly. And I trusted it. And then sure enough, we get the news, over the last number of days about this massive storm coming through the US. So I'm sure if you're in the US somewhere, you might also be kind of prepping for the storm if you're in an area where it's coming through. But so we're in Austin, Texas. And once the news started coming, I was like, oh, okay, this is absolutely why I got that intuitive hit. And thank you, intuition, that we now have all the supplies that we need and don't have to rush to the supermarket because we're totally set. But this led me to think, I get these intuitive hits and I'm tuning in for the month ahead and writing down all these notes of what I feel is coming energetically. And then often lately, especially what's been happening is the messages will come through mid-month. And then by the time we get to the first of the month, when I'm going to share the podcast, the things have already happened. And so I'm actually feeling now I just want to record these energy forecasts, energy updates, on the fly as the things are happening or as I feel they're coming. Because that's kind of the whole point for us to, get a pulse energetically and feel into what might be coming and how we can best prepare and get ourselves ready. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do an official February and then March and everything forecast in that way. More and more it's feeling like it needs to be on the fly as these things come through. So anyway, I got the prepping intuition and here we are. So I hope that wherever you are, you're also prepped if the storm is coming through. I hope it's not too windy as I'm walking here. Hopefully you can hear me. But I thought, why not? I'm going to switch to my notes app now and just read the other things that came through for February, from moving forward. Just share those with you ahead of time. And then, I think I'm going to be a little more free flow. I know it's fun to have the structure of, the monthly energy forecast. But the way things are unfolding in the collective right now, they're not as structured as that. We can't necessarily go by our Gregorian calendar. And if a message comes through that wants to come through, then I'm not going to wait. How about that? Okay, so switching to the notes app. Here we go. So as I was tuning in, to the month ahead, to February, I did write down volatility and bursts of free expression. So, I even wrote down volatility in the stock market, which of course happened. There was a big dip on, I guess it was a few days ago from the time of recording this. There was a pretty big dip in, the S&P 500 and all the kind of main stocks were all in the red. And so I'd written this down and I was like, no more waiting to share. So I wrote down, volatility in the markets, also emotional volatility. So there could be some road rage outbursts, etc. I haven't personally experienced that, but that energy kind of is in the collective. And I do feel that for February, that's really valid as well. Bursting emotions leading to freeing pent up emotions. So this is like energy that needs to come out, energy that needs to be expressed. And then I wrote down new growth, and I was seeing a new green bud coming out of the earth and growing quickly. So again, I'm not exactly sure of the timing of this, but yeah, I do feel new business growth, creativity, inspiration, seeds that were planted are now starting to grow. So in terms of like Texas, where I am, it feels like maybe that'll be after the storm. But even metaphorically, yeah, there is this energy of new growth, new buds starting to burst through. I'm getting a bit of rain on my phone here, but I think I can still read. Okay, so I also wrote swimming upstream. Notice if you find yourself swimming upstream, pushing or forcing things. Yes, for sure, sometimes it's necessary to swim upstream for a little while to get to where we're going. But often it's best to flow with the current. So if you find yourself swimming upstream in life, see how you can turn your ship around and catch a current. Okay, and yeah, the next thing I wrote down is I see a layer of fog, which I'm seeing literally now outside as I'm taking this walk. So yeah, this fog, and then like a sudden opening and energy bursting through. Like things have been one way, and then there's this bursting energy into a whole new world. And then I wrote down no turning back, acceleration, momentum, floodgates, new terrain, full steam ahead, righting the wrongs. Also, when I wrote down righting the wrongs, I wrote down like writing as in like pen and paper, writing. Righting the wrongs. So this could be laws being rewritten, settlements being reached, big decisions being made. And the words that were coming through were Centennial moves. So what is Centennial? I feel like it has something to do with centuries, like 100 years. I don't know, but Centennial moves. Yeah, so given all of this, how to best approach and ride the waves this month or during this time. Trust and know that all the changes are truly for the highest good. So if you feel fear coming in about the shifts and changes, remember that things are truly working out for you, for us, for humanity. Nothing is by accident. It's by design for our evolution. And then, yeah, take care of your body, high nutrient food and nervous system support and grounding. And then, yeah, I wrote down, prepare your home and stock up. So that was what was coming through. And as I'm taking my little walk here, I'm just feeling into, is there anything else that wants to come through today for this little walk and talk energy update? It feels like breath is really important. So if as all this energy moves through the collective, you feel a constriction in your breath, in your breathing, firstly see how to soften. So it's not about forcing breath into your body, not at all. It's like, okay, noticing that constriction and then softening, like allowing that sense of ease to come back into your breath. And then inviting a little more breath, bit by bit, gently, to come into your system. Expanding your lungs, expanding your rib cage. Allowing the breath to fill up your body with life force. Yeah, and really with a focus on softening. Softening, opening, and allowing. Beautiful. Okay, so as I said, I'm not necessarily planning an official February energy update, energy forecast, but I'll come on here for walk and talks or even sit down YouTube videos at times, as I'm feeling that it's flowing and as I'm feeling that the messages are wanting to come through. So I'm sending you lots of love. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this is helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.